During the final moments of the French Grand Prix, Sergio Perez was running in third place, but George Russell managed to pass him just as the virtual safety car period was nearing its end. Because of this, Red Bull boss Marko was extremely furious at Perez. Let's find out what he said. Perez had a disappointing race in Le Castellet, finishing fourth behind the Mercedes duo of Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. His teammate Max Verstappen easily won the race when Charles Leclerc was forced to withdraw due to an injury. Although Perez began the race in third place, Hamilton overtook him at the start of the race and continued to retain his advantage with a great performance from that point on. Meanwhile, Russell began to engage the former Racing Point driver in a battle in the final lap of the race. The trouble for Sergio Perez started when the race resumed after the safety car that occurred at the end of the race. While the race was restarting, he made a track handling error, which allowed George Russell to pass him and caused him to lose the podium position that he had been maintaining throughout the race. Because of how significant the Mexican's negligence was in determining the outcome of the race, he was unable to regain the position and finish the competition in fourth place. Both Perez and Russell were driving very slowly around the track in order to keep their delta times within the limit that was allowed. During the time that the track marshals were attempting to rescue Zhou Guanyu's disabled Alfa Romeo, a virtual safety car had been triggered. In the last moments of the VSC session, Russell surprised Perez by passing him and securing the third and final spot on the podium. This move caught Perez off guard. The end of a VSC period typically occurs between 10 and 15 seconds after a notice reading VSC ending displays on each driver's dashboard. However, due to a technological problem in France, the length was closer to 1 minute than it would have been otherwise. Perez explained his delayed response at the restart of the race by saying it was due to the uncertainty that was produced by the delay. For his part, Perez acknowledged that the timing of the VSC period ending had caught him out. It was a difficult afternoon, Perez told Sky Sports F1. First of all, we should have another podium. I don't know what was going on with the virtual safety car. I just got caught up with it, because it was ending already from the exit of turn 8, and it ended up at the end of turn 15. So there was something going on there, and I got caught up with it. Faced with this situation, Helmut Marko came out to talk about what happened in the race, and that was a point that he touched on and in which he was very critical when commenting that Sergio's mistake occurred because he was drinking, which has made fans of the Mexican jump in defense of Sergio Perez. Helmut Marko, the advisor for Red Bull Racing, has made fun of the team's own driver, Sergio Perez, by saying that the Mexican must have been drunk on tequila in the closing stages of the French Grand Prix, since he did not finish on the podium. Sergio Perez seems to have fallen asleep at the exit of the virtual security car. Maybe he had tequila yesterday, were the words of the Red Bull advisor for the Süddeutsche Medium. Even though Marko was kidding when he made such remarks, they've caused a great deal of controversy, since not very long ago, Sergio Perez had an issue with alcohol, which resulted in a scandal when he won the Monaco GP. Even yet, he made it quite plain that he was not pleased with the acts of the Mexican. Hence, even his remarks may be construed as a much severe critique of the Mexican's behavior. In spite of this, things did not turn out to be as awful as they feared they would, since Max Verstappen won the race once again and moved ahead of Charles Leclerc, who had an accident on lap 18 and was eliminated from the competition. Sergio, despite the fact that he did not finish on the podium, if he was able to maintain his position in fourth place and gain points, he would move closer to the driver of the Ferrari in the race for the Drivers' Championship. Russell responded as follows when asked how he was able to take third place away from Perez during the VSC restart. I knew that would be a massive opportunity for me. I knew that if I timed it perfectly and I got the run on him, I might have an opportunity. And I think Checo was kind of attempting to brake to make sure he was still above the delta time while I was accelerating, and it gave me that run to overtake him, so that was satisfying. Sergio was a bit all over the place throughout the entire VSC, so I knew that if I timed it perfectly and I got the run on him, I might have an opportunity. I just saw the opportunity and went for it. Great to slip past him. I was a bit disappointed not to keep the position when I did my first overtake on him. Russell had this to say about his altercation with the driver of the Red Bull car at turn 8. The rules, as far as I can tell, are crystal clear. You have the corner if your front wheels are in front of the rear wheels of the driver who is defending it. He turned in, pushed me to the curb, and then continued driving. P2, P3 for the squad is an outstanding achievement, despite the fact that it was very obvious to me that he needed to give the place back. According to Perez, the VSC system was completely flawed and introduced an element of uncertainty into the outcome of the race. He brought up the fact that he was informed the race would restart as they were entering turn 8, but it didn't do so until turn 13, which was significantly later than he had anticipated. After the race, the FIA acknowledged that there had been an issue with the computer system, which had precluded a continuation of the race. According to the statement released by the organization, a second VSC termination message was sent due to a hardware issue, which resulted in an automatic failover to backup systems, which worked exactly as they should in this scenario. Christian Horner, the manager of the Red Bull team, said that drivers couldn't turn VSC off and you had to do a reset. I spoke to him and he said he hadn't had time to get in the car, so he was just on the Delta. Either George knew what was going to happen and was already within the Delta, or the information in the two automobiles was different from one another. However, the FIA was able to refute the latter. The organization says all the teams received the same information at the same time. There is never any pattern to the countdown that goes from the end of the VSC to the green light that is displayed on the track notice boards. What are your thoughts on Sergio Perez's allegation that he was penalized for a notice that was totally wrong at the end of the virtual safety car during the French Grand Prix? Well, that's it from this video. We sincerely hope that you like seeing this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you would like to see more of the stuff that we produce. We are overjoyed that you're able to be with us today, and we would love the chance to do so again in the coming days. Bye-bye.